So they tried to kill Trump again, but this time at the House Correspondents Dinner. It says here on Ground News, Cole Thomas Allen identified as a suspect in shooting. Apparently, he was also Teacher of the Year. So the gunman charged a security checkpoint at the White House Correspondents Dinner, forcing the evacuation of President Donald Trump and other officials. I'm going to show you a bunch of footage from the event. Trump announced the dinner will be rescheduled in 30 days. One Secret Service agent was shot. They're fine. They were wearing a bulletproof vest. And apparently it was a lone wolf, as far as we know so far. Now I'm going to show you some footage from right before, during, and after the shooting. What you're about to see is J.D. Vance getting pulled away into safety by the Secret Service. You see people on the tables here. Apparently Erica Kirk was seated nearby and was under a table as well. She's already been escorted by security out of the building long time ago at this point.
There's the president being escorted. The president being escorted out one side.
Here's footage of Erica Kirk. She's crying. She's being escorted off the premises. Again, this is right after the shooting. And as you all know, her husband was killed. Charlie Kirk was killed just months ago. So
I just want to go find
but this person says the most performative woman who ever lived. Erica Kirk's the most performative woman to ever live, really? Her husband was just murdered 6 months ago. And then she's at this dinner. She's seated close to the president where someone tries to assassinate him again, the president. And you're saying she's performative. What is wrong with people? Here's some more footage of the shooting. I think at this point they're looking for the shooter. I'm gonna show you some footage when they're searching for him in the hallways. So the shooter basically forced his way past a metal detector as close as he could get and fired off a round, hitting a Secret Service agent.
Katie, do you have all your stuff?
I'm fine. So.
There's RFK right there, Secret Service. I think that's Stephen Miller. There's an agent walking by, another agent. This is crazy.
Go to your right. Go to your right.
This is crazy. There's Pete Hegseth right there. I don't think you guys realize how insane this is, that this keeps happening. The people who are doing this are completely and utterly brainwashed. That's what they are. They've been brainwashed by the left-wing media to think that Trump is this monster, or that anybody on the right who's a conservative is a monster. Oh, what was going on there? And it cuts off right there. Of course it does, right? So here's what was going on in the hallway right after that clip.
What the
Where's the car? Where's the car? Downstairs. Left. Downstairs. Where? Where's it coming from? Over there. Where's it coming from? Crossfire!
They are searching for that guy. I mean, obviously they already got him. I'm going to show you an image of him in a minute. But this is when they were looking for him.
Everybody stay down. Stay down.
Looks like they got him.
Down. In there. Jim!
What the
Oh my God.
Here's a slow motion clip of when the shooting happened. Everybody's reaction as it was happening in slow motion. It like that or added music. I wish I could have seen the whole clip all the way through. All right, here's the clip again without any music. This is the clip of right before the shooting and as the shooting starts. So wait a minute, I guess they couldn't really hear any of the shots being fired. You hear that banging right there, but I mean, it took them quite a while before they were able to do anything. So I'm not sure if that was the shooting or not, but this is the moment. And here is the culprit, the man that tried to kill Donald Trump for the third time at the White House Correspondents Dinner. Cole Allen. C2 Education of Torrance, California. He was Teacher of the Month. They got him on the floor there. As of right now, they suspect he was working alone. The lone wolf. So apparently this is security footage coming right out of the White House dinner where the man who tried to kill Trump charges through the metal detectors. Here it is. He just darts right through. That's crazy. Can I be honest here? I'm surprised that that man even survived this entire night. He's in handcuffs, safely arrested right now. How did he not get shot long before even getting close to the dining hall? I don't understand. This is what Trump had to say after the shooting. He's safe and sound. He came out to address the press.
So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story. And in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully. We have to resolve our differences. I will say, you had Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, liberals, and progressives. Those words are interchangeable, perhaps, but maybe they're not. But yet everybody in that room, big crowd, record-setting crowd. There was a record-setting group of people, and there was a tremendous amount of love and coming together. I watched, and I was very, very impressed.
A few moments later, he got asked a question about political violence. Here's his answer.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Are you concerned about political violence? This could be politically motivated.
All violence. I'm concerned about everything. Look, but I can't be so concerned that you can't function. No, I'm here. It's a dangerous profession. You know, I tell the story, race car drivers, I think it's very dangerous. So if you take 1% and then take about 10% of 1%, just to break it down very easily, they die. So much less than 1%, 10% of 1%. I think bull riding is very dangerous. If you take about the same 10% of 1%, much less than 1%, but if you take presidents, it's 5.8%, and about 8% are shot at. So nobody told me this was such a dangerous profession. If Marco would have told me, maybe I wouldn't have run. Maybe I would have said, I'll take a pass. No, it's a dangerous profession, but I don't view it that way. Look, I'm here to do a job. It's part of the job. It is a dangerous, I can't imagine that there's any profession that's more dangerous. but I love the country, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the job we've done. You see what's happened. We have a great country.
Turn that temperature down at this point?
Well, probably if I decided to just not do much, if I let everybody rip us off and take advantage of us. Look, we're leading the world in trade now. We're leading the world in the military. We're the greatest military.
That reporter just
in the world.
asked him, are you ready to turn down the temperature now? Trump wasn't the one that raised the temperature. He's one of the few presidents that are actually doing what he said he's going to do. The thing that he got put in office for, all the things that the American people voted for, the majority, he's doing those things. If anybody needs to turn down the temperature, it's the Democrats. The ones calling Republicans Nazis and fascists, calling Trump a king and a dictator who wants to take away your rights. He's been president twice now. You still have your rights. In fact, your rights are being more protected now than they were during Biden's term. Here's a post from Matt Van Swell, prominent ex-user. Says here, all I know is that I'm on the side that doesn't kill anyone, nor celebrates the killing of anyone, nor fantasizes about the killing of anyone, just for winning an election. That's what side I'm on. I agree with that. And finally, I'm going to leave you here with this. Here's the image of the man that tried to kill Donald Trump. This is the third assassination attempt. Teacher of the month, Cole Allen. Ain't that something? These are the people teaching your kids, indoctrinating your kids to become activists. People like this right here. Pray for this country. Pray for unity, okay? Because that's what we need. I sincerely believe that the Republican Party is the party of unity. We want to bring Americans together. We can't do that with the hatred, the rabid hatred that we find amongst the Democrats, amongst the left wing. You guys are losing your minds. You guys are celebrating violence. You guys are advocating for violence and death from the likes of Hassan Piker. This needs to stop. There's something wrong with you if you're one of those people. You're sick. There's something wrong with you. You're mentally ill. You're sick. You're brainwashed. You're demonically influenced. Maybe all of the above. But this country needs to unite. Otherwise, we won't have a country. God bless you. Christ is King. And just glad everybody's safe. Good night.